Good morning, church. Wale Renai is my name, as Pastor said. I'm happy to be here this morning. Happy to be here to talk about Nigeria because that's one thing I have a lot of passion about. And I bring us greetings from the governing board of the group that's under the leadership of Pastor Yemi himself. Also under the operational leadership of the team that's being led by Pastor Shei and also being supported by Minister Ikem. And the message for us this morning is very simple and straightforward. A lot has been said already. We've listened to the message of hope. We've listened to the message of vision. But there's something that on our own part, because as a group, our number one objective is to make sure that we find ways in our environment to speak positively about good governance. So in this case, one of the things we have noticed, because the group has been in existence now since 2017, is that there's a gap. And that gap seems to be what has permeated everything that is not functioning. And the gap is very simple, because here for us, because we are a church, is something we are used to listening to or hearing about. That's about love. There's a lack of love across Nigeria. People love only those who look like them. If people don't speak your language, or they don't have your status, or they don't have something that brings them into your space, we don't think we should love them. If we hear that a church is bombed somewhere that we don't know, we are likely to feel passionate about what has happened. But if you read in the next page of the newspaper that a mosque was bombed and 10 people also died, it doesn't seem to concern us. Meanwhile, it's the same lives. So for us, we just thought it well that this is a very good opportunity for us to speak to that to the church. That as children of God, particularly on this journey of politics and governance, one of the stories that we should always lay to heart is that of the Good Samaritan. Okay, it's not about those that look like you. People can be different, and people will be different. I remember towards 2015 election, the passion in the air, I can say, was even more than this. But guess what? My own personal observation. After the politics was over, as a people, we couldn't transit to governance. So for those that their candidate lost the election, they wanted the president to always fail every second. The failure of the president, for them, is an argument to say that I said it. Forgetting that if he fails, we all have failed. So as the 2023 election is coming, I like something that Pastor did. If you are APC, if you are PDP, if you are Labour Party, and I love the excitement. But I will ask you, if your candidate loses the election, will you be able to transit from that politics state to the governance state? Some people pray every day that Buhari fails just because they want to make or prove a point. So if your candidate doesn't win the election, will you be able to move on from that point and to be able to pray for Nigeria every day? Because we can't gather together, pray, fast, do all kind of nights. And guess what? You get to your social gatherings and you talk down Nigeria. I was speaking to a friend in the course of the week, and he said something to me. He's doing excellently well. And I usually like to pick his brain and get to know what he's doing because he's like a mentor and a friend to be. And he told me one secret, and I'll share it here. And funny enough, it's something that I also lay to heart and I practice. Because we finished a session and we're reviewing macroeconomics and everything looks gloomy. There's nothing that was good that was said. But I asked him, I said, so in the midst of all of this, what next? He said, look, Dewale, that's what he calls me. Whatever is being said, for him, anywhere we discuss Nigeria, one of his secrets of success is that he never speaks ill of Nigeria. That even some of his friends, they look at him and say that he's proud. But for most of us, to denigrate Nigeria is like our hobby. If you go online, how people talk about the nation, there's no way you want to prosper within Nigeria and you talk about it that way. So that is the message we have brought to us this morning from the Good Governance Group. That we should please, as we engage in the politics, as we show our passion towards our candidate, whatever it is that we like, we are not saying vote for a particular person, but prepare your mind that whatever the outcome is, you will be able to transit from the politics to the governance. And just don't keep it to yourself. Speak it to other people. When you find yourself in a place where they are talking about Nigeria as a hopeless place, useless place, try to change the narrative. If you think you can't, keep your mouth shut. Don't be part of it. Because you cannot come on a Friday and stay till Saturday morning to pray for Nigeria, and you get back to your workplace on Monday to speak ill of the same place. So for us, as children of God and as members of Global Impact Church, the message is simple and straightforward. Let us learn to love Nigeria. Let us learn to love our neighbors. Let us love in spirit and in truth. God bless you. And
wow. Are you putting your hands together?